Cancer. This is your October 2025 soul story. If you have a sun, rising, or moon in the sign, it's your reading. Thank you so much for joining me on the channel. It's Romy here. Okay, we're going to open up for you with the energy of the Eight of Wands. And this is a month of certainty for you. I think certainty in your ability to figure things out, certainty in the fact that every experience is teaching you something, and certain in the belief that actually the direction that you're headed is the right one. October is a time to land with a new perspective. You've had time and space to consider things, and you come into this month with more clarity. You're understanding yourself and others a lot better. And it definitely just feels like a breather comparative to some of the energy that we've been navigating the last few months. In some ways, I'm saying October feels like what we would normally align to in September, but with the eclipses last month, it maybe kind of changed the narrative a little bit for what we're used to at this time of year. So October brings this sense of, okay, this is where I'm at. And in many ways, I think through fourth house energy, you're considering what is it that's making me feel secure right now. And that's important because there's something in your world that wants to bloom in really beautiful ways. And we want you to be open to it, and we want you to be initiating something to help support that progress in your life. The asteroid goddess energies are moving signs early on. On the 1st, Juno steps into Sagittarius, and then we've got Pallas Athena going direct in Aquarius on the 4th. And so here, the terms and conditions of agreements and contracts and marriages up for renewal, if you like. And what the driver is, how this is translating is, I need more freedom and I want to do things in my way. You see, Pallas Athena is helping you to execute strategies that are all about kind of ensuring that it feels more authentic, that you're able to create terms that help you to feel like this is where I'm supposed to be and what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay? And as you come to that conclusion, I think that there are important conversations in the first week of the month actually that are serving you to just feel a little bit more balanced. Okay, now we've got Knight of Pentacles coming in. I think the translation of that also means that there are new offers and perhaps an important face-to-face meeting that's going to take place as well. Now be mindful that we've got this full moon in Aries arriving on the 6th of the month. Mercury shifts into Scorpio, and Mercury is also having a little bit of a tense exchange at that fire moon with Pluto, meaning that there is this sense of like, okay, it's no longer an option to do things the way we've done them. Like something's got to give, something's got to change, and you feel very passionate about that. You feel very motivated, perhaps even a little bit frustrated. So if somebody is coming in sort of less than transparent, or still trying to hide something, or still feeling like there's a weight that they're carrying that, can't be a part of this new pathway or this new solution, I think you're going to be calling that out and really sort of having the truthful kind of one-to-one that is needed in order to help you realize that, if I'm going to commit, if I'm going to do this, if this is something, then all of the pieces kind of have to feel right. This is about you feeling balanced, feeling safe, feeling secure, I think there's also this realization in fourth house, as inevitably it brings up the consideration of family, what family means to you, whether it's soul family, blood family, and where you've gotten to, I suppose, in relation to, the wounds, the triggers, the patterns regards to that. And, I think there's something quite special about this October, because there's a realization for you, Cancer, that, there are people that you've yet to meet that are going to respect you and love you and like you and want you like they've known you their whole life, like they are your family. And I think that the acceptance of that, the realization that if there are relationships that you're still struggling with, or things that are going through powerful transformative phases right now that are impacting on your sense of belonging, where you feel rooted, who you can go to that feels like a safe space and sanctuary for you. That this isn't the entirety of how life will continue, that there is still so much change ahead. And I think that in that realization, there can be this sort of openness actually to exploring what it is that you want to do, what you feel you're being called to do. And by the way, if something is calling you, it's going to keep calling you, Cancer. So even if temporarily, like you're not in a place to feel like you can pursue it, or you're even struggling to kind of receive what that calling is, it's not going anywhere. But believe me, I think October has cleared the air enough that there's some sense of you understanding what it is, what it's going to take, what's being asked of you. And I feel like you're actually in quite a confident, secure position in regards to something. Preparing yourself, readying yourself. Now, yes, there's a sense of independence, and perhaps with that, as I said, this awareness of who is my support system? Do I feel really good about that support system? You know, am I kind of feeling the lack of it? Or, you know, do I have this sense of I want to feel more connected? So that might definitely be on your mind as you're moving through the month. But nothing is preventing you, nothing is stopping you from putting yourself in the place that says, I'm kind of ready and open for more. And if you have tried before, this is the month that's saying to you, you know what, Cancer, try, and try again. Keep showing up, because you are about to have something come online, come together, come to fruition, reveal itself, that shows you and gives you some confidence, not only in your competence regarding this, but also in the investment, the belief, the dreams, the visioning, the things that you've been doing to try to find that certainty. And this is what your Nine of Pentacles is really saying. Be certain of your ability, be certain of the experiences that have shaped you. So important conversations in that first week or so, that full moon helping to clear the air, but, you know, maybe coming in with a bit of heightened frustration and a reality check in some regards. On the 8th, Venus and Jupiter come together in a really harmonious rendezvous, which means that, you know, people come together, things come together. You've got the Three of Swords, and honestly, like, I feel that it gets dealt with, the pain point, the pattern, the whatever it is, but people come in a way that's just like, okay, let's talk about this, let's cry it out, let's forgive, let's find a compromise. Like, whatever it is, it might feel like it's a little bit of a challenging situation, having come out of that full moon energy and the tenseness that it brought, but the realization that something's got to give, something's got to shift, you know, brings that clarity, and it's cathartic. Okay, we have to deal with this, because what we don't want is the energy of that Three of Swords to be buried and the scars to heal over it, because then the body is just going to be responding to it in one way or another, now or down the line. So actually, you know, we come into this kind of Venusian period of the month of October, where the 8th is positive, and then on the 13th, Venus shifts into Libra, where it loves to be. We also have Pluto direct, and it just feels like something does get dealt with, and it actually addresses the pain point. And from that point forth, we can start to heal. Now, the encouragement around that, particularly the 14th, where Venus is then trining with Uranus and Pluto, you know, so there's a sort of, I want to change and I'm ready to change, and I'm going to do it maybe in an unexpected way, or there's an unexpected set of circumstances that kind of arrive. But look, it's followed by the Ace of Cups. There's the healing energy that can happen as a result of facing and dealing with whatever this is, and, you know, what it's meant, how it's impacted and affected you. There's definitely a deeper internal processing that's going on through October, but this Venus energy is supportive in helping to give back to the self, so that you're nourishing and taking care of yourself. Give yourself time to have that emotional release if it's needed. It's not like the heaviness of an eclipse, although you'll still be under the arc of that influence, right? But, you know, really what it shows me is that the new energy that's coming in, and particularly, you know, for you as you're sort of merging from that Libra into Scorpio season of fifth house energy, there's this real strong focus around, well, what is it that I love? What does love represent to me? What is my relationship to love? You know, I need to bring more things around me that feel good to me. Don't underestimate the power and the significance of that in the month of October. You'll make better decisions. Your body will feel calmer. You'll treat yourself better. You'll nourish yourself with more intention. Everything can settle and balance itself more fruitfully, more easily when you are in a place of deciding and wanting to actually protect, take care of, and look out for yourself in the right ways. I think that there's something also entering. Like I said, it's like something wants to bloom really beautifully in your life, and you're going to want to be open to it. Now, that new moon in Libra for me is a special one because it's kind of showing you, and from a more balanced perspective, where you've had a little bit of space and time and perspective to really think about, you know, what do I need to take care of? What am I, you know, looking to rearrange here? And what am I wanting to invite in? And it's got an energy and an air that's very connected into the heart space for you. So there might be a sort of sentimental quality that, you know, is already natural part of your energy, but particularly around the 21st when you're really, you know, thinking back, thinking where you're at. We're 10 months in. Yes, we've still got a couple of months of this year to play out, but, you know, this has been a big year, and I would say the word has been one of acceptance in 2025, right? But this new moon is also calling you. It's saying, you know, what do you believe in? What are you passionate about? What do you love? Right? And give yourself time to work with this new moon energy. It's going to be a beautiful one if you'll allow that ritual in. Now, the next day, it's notable that Neptune is moving from Aries back into fellow water sign Pisces through its retrograde energy. And you know, now with Saturn as well back in Pisces, is a sense of needing to finish something up. We're returning to something we were working on, we were aware of. Maybe it wasn't concluded, or maybe it was, but we have to go back and just check in. Are we still following through, or is this still true for us? Like, what's shifted and changed now that a new conversation with Neptune sort of arrived? So there'll be a familiarity, you know, in a way, when you're in the month of October, but you yourself have changed, and so much has gone on, you know, since that conversation shifted. Queen of Pentacles, I like this because it sort of gives you an actionable strategy, if you like. And you're kind of coming at this with quite a pragmatic. There's this nice blend, actually, if I'm honest, you know, of the action, the groundedness, and the willingness, really, you know, to do what needs to be done, but coming from this place of renewed love and wanting to take care of things, you know. There's something as well, particularly from like a work perspective, it feels like falling in love with some aspect of what you do, or looking to initiate yourself toward a path or a direction so that you can find something that you love. So that very much on your mind as well. Remember, as the sun shifts into Scorpio, we're into fifth house, and our creativity comes online. October is definitely a time to create, not consume. You know, remember what I said, you've got a lot more clarity and you understand yourself better and other people. So if for some time it's been challenging and difficult to see a point of view, or to get on the same page as someone, those differences may still exist in October, but I don't know, you've got like a different outlook on it, a different take on it, and you're kind of okay just to call your energy back in and focus on what matters and what's important to you. There's something that you need to be doing to progress this month, and I think that you'll do it willingly, and you'll do it with heart, and you'll do it with a sense of optimism and belief, okay? Because you're just like, I'm not giving up on this. It's what I want and it matters to me. You know, when you try, you've already initiated an act of change. You know, you've got to ease up on yourself. There's no room this month for criticism or self-judgment. This is absolutely about celebrating and championing, but also just getting on with the things that need to be addressed. And in Scorpio season, we can bring in that tremendous focus, especially when we're setting the theme to be one of wanting to make changes or allow reform, or embrace the reset that's taking place in this kind of new era that's showing up. Whatever has come online for you, August, September, October time, there's a powerful mandate from Spirit in terms of what you ought to be doing, where you ought to be focused, the direction you're meant to be taking. Don't be frustrated if you're not feeling it. It's coming. And if you are and you've already taken the steps towards that, then October gives you that time, energy, and the capacity really to make huge inroads with this. I think you'll be busy this month. So you want to just be taking care of yourself in that regard as well. But I think you are creating opportunities for yourself, by the way. Not a time to just sit back and, hope that things will resolve themselves. Take the inspired steps towards it. And honestly, I think there's a lot of doors that want to open for you, okay? This chapter for you wants to be embraced with certainty. Okay, so give yourself permission to find the things that you can be certain about, right? Toward the end of the month, I think that there's a choice that needs to be made. And, maybe it's in relation to something connected to work and something that's more personal. I think there's a challenge in that. There's maybe a bit of conflict that you're feeling in relation to it. Take the time to really sit with this, okay? And really orientate yourself towards, what is the decision that I'm going to feel good about, not just today, but in a few weeks and a few months' time. Or maybe give yourself that kind of finite amount of time, like, okay, I'll give myself the next 3 months to go all in with this, but then it's got to be rebalanced and this has to take priority. So you might find that you've got to have a bit of give and take in regards to a situation, a choice or a decision. You'll make the right one because there's a sureness about you this month, okay? And a belief and a confidence, and I really like that, and I really like the energy of October. We have the energy at its thinnest with the veil as we approach Samhain and Halloween, and that's another thing to be mindful of, protection of your energetic field, but also to call in your guides, your ancestors, and to really see the signs that are showing up for you, because your path is going to be absolutely littered with them this month, Cancer. Extraordinary, right? Every day you're going to find something that makes synchronistic sense to you. If you're new to the channel, the last 3 cards we look at in the extended reading, I talk for another 25 minutes or so. We'll also look at a personal and a relationship card for you. If you are in a position to invest and it's resonating, I really appreciate it. It helps me show up for the free readings on the channel, makes a huge difference, so thank you. I'm just clarifying and seeing the direction that we're going to take this reading for you, okay? Another 3 of Swords showing up here, 7 of Pentacles. Now, if you would like a one-to-one reading with me, you can find the details over on my website, romywiser.com. And you'll also find all of my sacred titles, my book, journal, deck, other ways to connect with me through my services. Also the in-person healing retreat that I am hosting with my soul friend Uma a year from now in October 26 over on the island of Majorca. So please check it out. All the details are over on the website. I'd love to welcome you there. Okay, let's take a look at Life Soul Vision Oracle. What do we have coming through for Cancer? Join this conversation. We've got Waves Crash and Stars Fall. We've got Sacred Soul Union. We've got Solar Plexus Energy, Stand in Your Light. Maverick of the Light, Dancer of the Shadows. We've got Soul Star Energy. And Earth Medicine and Magic, cast their spells. It's quite a powerhouse of cards coming in there for you. Right, let's have a look at one more oracle for Cancer for October. Canopus, we've got guidance coming in with the bright star and number 44. Beautiful. Okay, look, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. I hope you'll join me on the extended, and I hope you'll have a beautiful month. I'm going to see you next time. Bye for now.